And of course, a lot of studies say there'll be more jobs, and the professor's going to say there'll be more jobs, and I'm going to ask him, more jobs managing the AI that you create. So who's going to create that AI? What's going to happen to these the drivers on the street when you're having driverless cars coming up? What's going to happen to the telecallers or support services when you've got Alexas and the kinds answering your very, very long and lengthy conversations? Imagine you call a OCBC customer care and you have a very weird lady talking to you. You can't even understand because she doesn't understand what you're trying to get. But it's going to be lesser jobs, in my humble opinion.
I'm inclined to agree. I know the Singapore government's very keen on higher value jobs, so management, technical, technological sorts of jobs. So in a sense, we're going to have a reverse triangle. But I think Singapore being at the center of at least Southeast Asia, you'd probably have a big enough market that you could support that. So I'd say in Singapore, probably yes. I guess optimistically, you hope that technology is going to create new jobs to replace the ones that it's displacing. But I'm not super optimistic about that.
Yeah, you may want higher value jobs, but then you still need people to clean the streets and do all that kind of stuff. And if it's such a painful decision to restrict the number of migrant workers in the service industry, who's going to do the job unless you're going to create more robots to wander around and do it?
Yeah, I mean, or increase wages for street cleaners and make it more appealing to people. That's the only alternative.
Oh, that's not going to fly here, that's for sure.
You become a welfare state because the income that's going to be generated by these augmented resources and so on and so forth that come in, they will definitely infringe upon somebody's livelihood. Let's be very practical. Everything in this world is complementary. So somebody is doing something and something is getting fulfilled somewhere. And if we are creating resources, they have to be at the cost of some other resource.
It is very easy computational calculation that it is very unlikely that you will generate the same N amount or X amount of jobs by pushing the implementation of robotics or whatever automation. Some actually told me before that, well, if you look at some of the coffee shops or cafes that you see these days, they use robots to actually to facilitate the collections of trays and stuff like that. Then they say, well, it will take away some jobs where some old folks may be doing that job now, but it will create new jobs. For example, you need engineers to actually support, maintain, and service those kind of robotic facilities. But my point is that how much does an engineer cost compared to how much does each of these guys who are actually offering this service currently? It just doesn't add up. There's no way that we can create the same amount of jobs if we do not move up the value proposition, which is to actually create more professional jobs or people with professional capabilities. It is unfortunate, really. And based on observation, we can already see that some policies has been implemented to try to address, if not to reduce the impact. We have the skill future. How effective it is, that is debatable again. But I think based on the entire structure of how we are planning to move forward, which is pretty top-down really, that we are going to see the entire market to move towards more information-driven, data-driven, and professional nature kind of jobs, where else the labor-intensive job is going to continue to reduce. That's unfortunate, and that's going to be unavoidable. And it is going to be painful, basically, because of the uncertainty for the next 5 to 10 years.